Do you want to know how to get the most out of Fastpass Plus? We've got the tips coming up. So first of all then, to explain what Fastpass Plus actually is. So basically it's a great way of being able to ultimately skip the lines and to plan your trip in advance. So if there's a particular ride that you want to do, then it's good to plan ahead and being able to get that done without having to queue, basically. So when is it available from? So if you're staying on resort, it's available 60 days in advance, and you can book the whole duration of your trip there and then in one go. If you're not staying on resort, then it's 30 days in advance and you have to book each day at a time. So for example, if you're staying for 2 weeks, then every day for those 2 weeks you have to book in ultimately real time.
Yeah, one day at a time. So like if you, for example, if you're going on the 1st of the month, then you'd be able to book that 30 days in advance, and then for your second day you'd be able to book that the next day 30 days in advance, and so on. And you can go on and book it in from, I think it's 7 a.m. US time, which is around about 12 o'clock UK time. I remember each morning eagerly sitting on my phone trying to get on, because we really wanted to ride Pandora.
Yeah, we didn't get
to book that one as a Fastpass, right. Which is one of the downsides, I suppose, to staying off resort.
Yeah, so that's another thing as well that's worth mentioning. If you are staying on resort, you do get the first pickings a whole 30 days before everyone else, ultimately. So, but like Katie said, it is worth knowing as soon as you can book those fast passes, get straight on it, because they do go quickly, especially the most popular rides. Also check the time zones, because obviously America does change its time zone on a different date to the UK, so it can fluctuate. So obviously check on the day what the actual time zone is in the US. So yeah, so how to book then? The best way to be able to book them is to obviously have the My Disney Experience app or the website. Now you can only do them once you've got validated park tickets, so you have to obviously have a booking, and then obviously all the options open up to you. So the best way, well the only way of doing it is to book 3 fast passes per day. They've got to be on the same park. So obviously you need to know what you plan to do that day, so then you can book all 3 of your fast passes. They usually say the best way of doing it is to get all your fast passes in as soon as possible, as soon as you intend on arriving, and that will basically free up. Once you've used those 3 fast passes, you can then on the day book them one at a time individually throughout the rest of your time at that park, and that I believe can be on any park from there on in. It's just your 3 initial
have to be in the same place.
Same place, yeah.
Yeah, many people advise, like Stephen said, that you book the 3 that you're given on the day. You book them in early, get them over and done with. A lot of people try and get them done by sort of midday whilst you're over there, and then yeah, it opens up the opportunity to book another fast pass for another ride, and then you can go do that, and then it opens up another fast pass for another ride, and so on. So yeah, it can. I think it's pretty much unlimited. The fast passes there afterwards, but you can only do them on the day and after you've used the fast pass before.
So there are don't think as well, if you're doing it on the day, that you're not going to get any good rides, because there have been, haven't there? There've been some good rides coming up. I mean, Space Mountain, I can remember, was one that kept coming up. It was almost a sign that you should have gone on it, which you didn't. But you will next time, I'm sure.
Yes.
So
I'll make up for it next time.
Yeah. So obviously, do your research in advance. Know what rides you really want to go on. Also, it's probably worth noting which rides generally have the longest waiting time. Obviously, the most newest rides, the most popular rides, will obviously have the longest waiting times. Those are the ones that you really want to get your fast passes for. If it's a sort of attraction that's like generally a 10-15 minute wait, then it's probably not worth getting a fast pass.
It's not worth wasting your fast pass on it, no.
Unless you literally can't think of anything else to use it on, but that's probably highly unlikely. So Magic Kingdom, there are no limitations as to what fast passes you can book. It's generally free for all, apart from obviously the limitations of 3 per day. But there are other parks that do have such limitations. So, for example, just looking at Epcot, so they have basically Group A and Group B. So for Group A, you're allowed to choose only one of those per day, and they are Frozen Ever After, Illuminations Reflections of Earth, which is not the current fireworks, that has changed, so I would assume that it'd be the new current fireworks would be in that same category. Meet the Disney Pals at Epcot Character Spot, Soaring Around the World, and Test Track. And then on to Group B for Epcot, so you're allowed to choose 2 of these. So that's Disney Pixar Short Film Festival, Journey into the Imagination with Figment, Living with the Land, Mission Space, The Sea with Nemo's and Friends, Spaceship Earth, and Turtle Talk with Crash. So those are the ones that you can book 2 of, so they're the lower tiers. So obviously bear that in mind when booking Epcot, because otherwise you could be disappointed on the actual time when you're booking. And then moving on to Hollywood Studios, so again you have Group A and Group B. So the Group A, which is obviously one of, is Alien Swirling Saucers, and Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, which is scheduled to open 4th of March. Yeah.
Looking forward to that one.
Rock and Roller Coaster starring Aerosmith, Slinky Dog Dash, which doesn't surprise me, Toy Story Mania, and the Twilight Zone Tower of Terror. So that's Group A. And your Group Bs are Beauty and the Beast live on stage, Disney Junior Dance Party, Fantasmic, for the first time in forever, Frozen the Sing-Along Celebration.
It's a mouthful.
Yeah, it is. Indiana Jones Stunt Spectacular, and Muppets 3D Vision, and Star Tours The Adventure Continued, and finally Voyage of the Little Mermaid. So that's your Hollywood Studios ones. Okay, so moving on to Animal Kingdom, and that obviously works on the same sort of principle of Group A and a Group B, just like the others. So first of all then, Groups A are Avatar, Flights of Passage, of course. That one, as we can honestly say, is a very hard one to get. So.
It might free up now that Star Wars Galaxy's Edge is open and quite popular.
Yeah, hopefully.
So yeah, hopefully those Flights of Passage ones will be easy to get, but then that's a ride worth staying in a queue for anyway. So.
Yeah. Second to that is Na'vi River Journey, another Avatar one, which is a Group A as well. So that's your Group A's, not many Group A's. Group B's, the Animation Experience, Dinosaur, Expedition Everest, The Legend of the Forbidden Mountain. That kept popping up quite easy, didn't it? Because you were thinking about going on that again.
Yeah.
The Festival of the Lion King, which is a show, Finding Nemo, the musical, It's Tough to Be a Bug, Kali River Rapids, Kilimanjaro Safari, another good one, Meet the Favourite Disney Pals at the Adventurers Outpost.
That generally tends to be Mickey and Minnie.
Yeah. They're in like their little explorer outfits, aren't they? And the Rivers of Light, which is the evening show.
Yep.
And Up, A Great Bird Adventure. So that's the Animal Kingdom. So remember, 1 of Group A and 2 of Group B, which will make you 3 Fastpass selections for the day, and then individually thereafter.
That's another opportunity to quickly grab a tier A1 later on. If you only get to do tier A, then at least you can use your fast passes, your 1x1 fast passes, to get another tier A on the same day.
Yeah, and saying about how hard it is on the Flights of Passage to get a Fastpass 4, people have been known, if they check on the day, keep checking, for them to become available.
Sneaky.
Yeah.
Lucky.
If someone cancels, I don't know why they would, but if someone cancels, or if sometimes they say Disney themselves actually release more on the day and they free up more. So it's definitely good to keep checking, and we keep saying this all in all our videos. It's another good reason to get the My Disney Experience app.
Definitely.
There is Wi-Fi on the parks as well, so if you can't get the phone network with the internet coverage out there, you can use Wi-Fi there, so it is still worth getting.
It's not the most reliable Wi-Fi, and it can be quite hard to grab in certain areas of the park, but it is there. So yeah, if you're lucky to get on it, try your best to stay on it.
Yeah. So that's the fast passes, and that's how to use them basically. But to summarise, they are definitely a good essential aid, if you like, to planning your trip. When
you're booking and paying for your Disney park tickets, it's always a good idea to, do that as an add-on, the Fastpass, because it's definitely worth having.
They're actually free, aren't they?
It's a free add-on.
So you might as well
take it up. I think even if you buy tickets on the day, which isn't advisable because they're obviously more expensive, but if you decide on a day that you want to go to Disney and you just buy a day ticket, there are actually little points still dotted around the park. I think you can use the My Disney Experience app to find them, where you can still book fast passes via a little computer. So I remember seeing them around the parks. People were still using them, so it's still definitely a thing.
Back in the day, you used to have to get a ticket and have them rented up. It's so advanced these days,
But so don't fear if you are buying them on the day. Don't fear that you can't get fast passes on the day, because obviously you can anyway. But there are points around the park to be able to book those fast passes in as well.
But definitely, like we say, book in advance, plan where you want to go on what days.
And take advantage of those 60 or 30 days in advance bookings as well. Yeah.
Another thing we've found, compared to when we went in 2012, when they didn't have Fastpass, well, it was just sort of coming in Fastpass, but we didn't use it, did we?
No.
And to our last trip is we felt a little bit more like we were sort of ushered along using the Fastpass system. So I would say, I think what we're going to go for on our next trip is to get all our fast passes, like we said, done and dusted, and that'll free up a little time, just a bit of flexibility to go with the mood on the day, sort of thing. So
it's a good idea as well, if you know a certain way that you want to go around the park, to book those fast passes in that order.
If you
can get the fast passes, it's a good idea to book them in an order of which you want to kind of go around the park. I mean, if you have to space them out, at least then you've got your chance to kind of see an area between fast passes as well.
Yeah. So, if you're thinking of getting Disney tickets, obviously bear in mind how advanced you can book your fast passes for. So obviously make sure if you can, get them before then. That'll free up more time for you to get the best rides that you want. And like I say, book them in quickly as you can to get the good choice. I think that's definitely the best advice we can give on that one. So do you have any Fastpass tips yourself? Please comment below if you do, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and thank you very much for watching. See you next time.